The world is amazing and unique. Despite actively developing technologies, even today there are customs that are several centuries old. The romantic traditions of some peoples are especially interesting. 1. Russia. Russia is one of the most multinational countries in the world. More than 190 people live here. Interesting marriage traditions have been preserved in Chukotka, where the levirate law applies. According to this law, the husband's brother or other close relative is obliged to marry the widow and raise her children. The peoples of the far north have another custom, according to which men have the right to a friend's wife, and the agreement is sealed with blood or a sacrifice. This may seem crazy, but such agreements are still concluded. The main prohibition is that you cannot share your wives with a close relative. Born children are considered common and cannot enter into intimate relationships with each other or other children in the family. 2. Scotland. In Scotland, there is a tradition of throwing all sorts of sewage and garbage at newlyweds. This is how the newlyweds walk through the city. They say that after such a shame, nothing can threaten the family, and they will live happily ever after. 3. Ireland. In Ireland, there is a wonderful tradition for women that has existed for more than 10 centuries. Once every 4 years, on February 29th, any Irish woman can propose to any Irish man, and he has no right to refuse. Otherwise, the woman has the opportunity to earn money because the man will have to pay a fine, and a rather large one. 4. Denmark. Since the Middle Ages, the Danes decided that if a boy or girl had not yet tied the knot before the age of 25, then spices would help. The tradition originated thanks to spice traders who spent a long time traveling overseas and did not have time to get married by the age of 25. 5. Finland. Finnish guardian spirits live. In the sauna, of course. If a Finn is worried about some thought, if he cannot find a partner or is not sure whether it is time for him to get married, then he goes to the sauna, where absolutely all issues are resolved. 6. Kenya. In Kenya, you can get spit in the face. Kenyan warriors believe that saliva protects against evil spirits, so a handshake can be followed by spitting. They spit on everyone there, men, women, old people, and children, practically blessing them with their saliva. 7. Nigeria. The Wadabe people of Nigeria are known for their handsome men. There is even a male equivalent of a beauty contest. Before the dry season, the most worthy, tall, and white-toothed men actively compete for the attention of women. They put on luxurious headdresses, paint their faces with bright colors, and outline their lips in deep black. An impartial female jury evaluates not only the beauty and grace of men, but also the grace when performing the national dance. In Brazil. The Brazilian Sateré-Mau tribe has a unique attitude towards the concept of real man. In this country, a real man must fight ants, or rather be bitten by them, with his hands in gloves that are infested with insects. Before this, the ants are also fumigated with herbs, so that they are even angrier and frantically bite the victim. After which, a real Brazilian man dances for 10 minutes, probably in pain too, and then fights the ants again. 9. India. In India, some kind of Spartan tradition of throwing children from heights has been preserved. True, not the sick, but the healthy, and not from a cliff, but from a temple. And the children survive, because adults are waiting for them below with a stretched blanket and ritual songs. They say this ritual was invented to reduce child mortality. Mauritania. In Mauritania, a happy woman is a plump woman. They don't like slender people here. They say they are skin and bones, and the Mauritanian needs a curvaceous lady. This is the main indicator, in their opinion, that the chosen one is healthy and beautiful, so men actively fatten their women. In Malaysia. The color yellow in this country promises separation, so newlyweds try in every possible way to avoid it in their dresses and wedding decorations. And due to the fact that some activists once chose yellow as the color of their movement, it was completely banned at the legislative level.
12. Thailand.
In the Thai province of Chiang Rai, in order to go on a date with a girl, you need to pay her parents. Yes, dates there are paid, and the number of dates is agreed upon in advance, and prepayment is made immediately.
Tuberba, Indonesia.
The dirtiest people in the Tidong tribe are the newlyweds. There is a belief that if the newlyweds wash themselves after the wedding, they will soon separate, so they must wait at least 3 days. 14. Saudi Arabia and Pakistan. If you decide to give a local resident a Valentine's card, you may be punished for such an act. Valentine's Day is prohibited here at the legislative level as a holiday contrary to Muslim canons.
China.
But in China, bachelors are celebrated every year. On November 11th, men gather in groups and go shopping. The scale of the holiday is comparable to Black Friday. The date 11/11 was not chosen by chance. It symbolizes loneliness with its numbers. And often on this day, you can meet many young people on the streets who want to find their soulmate.